What's going on, everybody? It's the France, and we're here for AEW on TNT review. The go home Wednesday to GrandSlam next week, which has been confirmed that next week is going to be a very special week, as we are not going to have not one, not two, not three, but 4 hours of AEW GrandSlam over 2 nights, as both Wednesday night and Rampage on Friday are both going to be 2 hours. And no, Rampage is not going to start at 9. We're going from 10 to midnight. So you people watching SmackDown as well as I do, we're going to be watching 4 hours of wrestling on Friday night. So that is going to be crazy, and that card is going to be fucking stacked. We will talk about that when we get to it, because holy shit, next week we got ourselves title matches, we got ourselves dream matches, we got everything. It is going to be a hell of a show. So tonight was the show at the Prudential Center, which of course was supposed to be last year when we would take on when we were going to have our first ever Blood and Guts. It was also going to be it was going to be the debut of Brody Lee. Unfortunately, that did not happen because of what happened. But yeah, I do have the card here for GrandSlam. We'll talk about that next week and here in a bit. But yes, this is going to be a very interesting week coming up next week. But CM Punk on commentary for about 85% of the show. We'll talk about what happened towards the end of the show. But he was on commentary. Awesome. I was thinking maybe Excalibur's not going to be back this week. He's still on his honeymoon or whatever. But no, Excalibur was back, so we had a 4-man booth. And honestly, it wasn't a bad 4-man booth at all. So we start the show off with Adam Cole versus Frankie Gazillion. And you just watch this match. It was a damn good match. Frankie Gazillion, at the age that he is, still able to go with the best of them. Adam Cole, not even in his prime yet, going out there and showing you what he can do. And you sit there and you think that it was only the weekend of SummerSlam when Adam Cole was finishing up with NXT and WWE and was going to either sign and go to the main roster and be useless, used for nothing, or come here and give you damn good matches like he did tonight. Also, Adam Cole was on an interview, I believe, today or yesterday, and someone brought up the manager pitch that we've all heard, that he has been pitched to be Keith Lee's manager, and Adam Cole said, I heard nothing about that. So people don't know what the hell. And then you had people going on YouTube online bashing Dave Meltzer, who'd come out and said and corroborated Fightful, I think it was Fightful's report that Adam Cole was going to be Keith Lee's manager, with Keith Lee turning heel. And people want to sit there and shit on Dave Meltzer and give him hate for something that he reported. Listen, you stupid motherfuckers. Bruce Pritchard, Vince McMahon, tear up the script every single fucking episode. They have. Hell, NXT for the first time last night had rewrites all throughout the afternoon. Talent don't know what they're doing until they get to the fucking building. Adam Cole as a manager was probably pitched by Bruce Pritchard or someone in creative, and never got to Adam Cole because he didn't sign on the dotted line. Had he signed on the dotted line to go to Raw or SmackDown, they would have said, yeah, so we got your signature, here's what you're going to do now for the rest of your career here. But that didn't, they wouldn't tell Adam Cole until he was signed. Why would you tell somebody that, here's your idea so we can get you to come, because that's not what they're going to do. So anybody shitting on Dave Meltzer or anybody else who put out a report that Adam Cole was pitched to be Keith Lee's manager, shut the fuck up, because that talent don't know what they're doing till the day of the show. So Adam Cole signing a contract to stay with WWE, he could have signed his contract thinking he's going to be a main eventer or something on the main roster, because they are investing a lot of money in him, only to find out when he gets there for the first day that, oh no, they're just going to make him a manager, which he would sit there and probably think, man, I fucked up. So Adam Cole made the right decision. Anybody bashing, anybody who reported about like Adam Cole shooting down rumors of him possibly being Keith Lee's manager, don't realize that talent don't get told things until last fucking minute. You stupid fucking retards. Sorry, I have to say it. Anyway, Adam Cole, Frankie Kazarian, damn good match. Frankie Kazarian, Adam Cole go out there, they throw out, they give you, it was a good 13-minute match. Adam Cole showing you that I am elite, and here's how I am elite. Frankie Kazarian showing you that I might be an older guy, but I'm here to show you that I can still hang with these guys and have some damn good matches. Kazarian up top, punch to the face, a leg lariat, flip in, but gets caught with a boot to the face. Cole with the reverse chinlock. Kazarian breaks free and chops away. Kazarian drops down with a roll up for a 2, then goes up to a submission, stretching out Cole's arm. Cole with an upkick to the face to get out of that. Cole catches Kazarian, knee breaker over the back of the head, pin 2 count. German suplex with the bridge on Cole 2. Punk talks about how he wants to and will face other Cole in the future. Cole catches Kazarian with a super kick, cover 2 count. Cole up for the second tug, looks for the Panama Sunrise, Kazarian catches him. Spinebuster on Cole, springboard leg drop, cover 2. Some back and forth attacks. This is awesome chant from the crowd. Cole avoids a leg drop, hits the Panama Sunrise, hits the last shot, as they're calling it, the shot. But the last shot, Shining Wizard to the back of the head. 1, 2, 3, Adam Cole is your winner. And then after the match, Adam Cole had some words for a local jungle boy and, hold on here. A certain Jurassic Express and Christian Cage. And we'll let that play here in a second.
Who's ready for story time with Adam Cole, baby? Hope. Hope is a dangerous, dangerous thing. And that locker room hopes that they can keep up with the elite. Well, guess what? It ain't gonna happen. I've only been here for a short time, and there are 3 guys who've really gotten under my skin. Christian Cage, Luchasaurus, and Jungle Boy. Uh-oh. If those 3 are so tough, then how about next week? Rampage Grand Slam. Those 3 versus Adam Cole and the Young Bucks in a 6-man tag. The Super Click is back, baby. And there's not a damn thing anybody can do to stop us.
And that is a mic drop. That's going to be a hell of a match, and that is next week. I cannot wait to see what happens with them. Now, also coming to you soon, we're going to play this here too, if I can get it to set up right, is Lucha Bros just won the tag team titles at All Out. Well, today, the rankings go up every Wednesday. They used to go up Fridays, they go up Wednesdays now. And a team that I didn't expect to be up number 1 already is number 1, and that is the Butcher and the Blade. So, the Butcher and the Blade have a challenge for the Lucha Bros, and it's coming sooner than you probably realize. So, we'll get to that here in 1 second after it starts the video.
and Blade. We used to be a family, la familia. Do you remember?
But now you got the gold. And what you're seeing are two of the baddest, meanest mother... Whoa.
Este viernes en Rampage. Si ustedes quieren el oro, recuerden, van a sufrir, van a llorar y van a sangrar.
But now this is a new reality, a darker reality.
Penta says, this Friday on Rampage, if you want the gold, you're gonna have to sweat, you're gonna have to cry, and you're going to bleed. We are reality.
So yes, this coming Friday, Rampage is going to be big as we have the Butcher and the Blade taking on the team of the Lucha Bros for the AEW World Tag Team Championships. Is it a little soon for them to have a tag team title shot? In my opinion, yes. The Butcher just came back. But hey, to each his own, it should be one hell of a match. It's coming this Friday. Also on this Friday, Fuego del Sol will get another chance at the TNT Championship as he is going to put his newly bought car on the line to get another TNT title match, as he was in the back with Tony Schiavone, and Sammy Guevara said he would trade away his car for the TNT title. So he'll take that match this coming Friday. So that is going to be happening very, very soon as of this Friday. I really care to see, it's like Miro's going to win, of course, because that's how Miro is. And then the best promo of the night, of course, is MJF. He comes out and he gets ready to just lay it all down, and this shit is great.
Music! How dare you try to talk to you? Silly.
You know, last week you guys were oh so sympathetic for crying Brian. But you should be sympathetic for me, because right now I am standing in the armpit of America known as New Jersey.
Isn't he from New Jersey?
It's from Long Island. It's like New Jersey, but worse.
Hey, Jersey! What does Bruce Springsteen, Taylor Ham, and your mid-hockey team all have in common? They all suck as hard as your Jersey Shore skanks. But I'm not here to talk to you people tonight, no. Right now, I'd like to have a brief conversation with all of the viewers at home. You see, I was smartened up in the back that some of my words might have offended you last week. No. And I just want you to know, I don't care. But, as you people all know, I'm salt of the earth. I'm also a very religious man. So right now, I'd like to take the opportunity to have a conversation with the late, great, loose cannon, Brian Pillman.
The heat MJF gets, just getting shut the fuck up chance. Of course, this isn't on Fox, so it's not going to get censored, which Fox had to censor it on Friday. But just the heat he gets just being MJF. Before we let this finish, remember back when Samoa Joe had his first NXT Championship reign, and there's that video clip of him shoving a young Maxwell Jacob Friedman to the side who was playing security? Could you imagine if this man would have signed a contract to be in NXT and be an NXT talent? What this company would be robbed of, what this wrestling this wrestling fandom would be robbed of this guy's genius? MJF could have been something else and not Maxwell Jacob Friedman, one of the best heels in this company, one of the best heels in all of professional wrestling. The guy is a heat magnet. He really doesn't need Wardlow to be somebody there to cover him because the guy gets the heat himself. He's just that damn good, and he is one of a kind. And to think back and watch that clip of Samoa Joe pushing him to the side, where he could have possibly been a talent signed to NXT, and not be able to do and say the stuff that he is, and be the MJF that we know and love on AEW every single week. It's just crazy that in some alternative world, MJF that we know today does not exist, and he's some watered down version of himself, and he's not even Maxwell Jacob Friedman. He's something. He's like Manny Flipper or something. Just crazy how we could have all been robbed of this guy's genius if he would have signed in NXT. The rest of this is great.
Mr. Pillman, sir, if you don't mind. Oh, who am I kidding? Hey, Pillman, we need to talk.
Good God.
I'm sorry, I had to cut in again. He's looking up at the heavens and he's like, "Oh, who am I kidding?" He just started stomping because to him, Ryan Pillman's in hell. It's just so great, and the evil look on his face on the screen that I have frozen right now is just fucking great. That's a meme right there.
Look, Mr. Pillman, don't get me wrong. I'm a huge fan. You're a legend. But unfortunately, your widow, Methany, created the worst excuse for a second-generation wrestler in Brian Pillman Jr. So allow me to explain something. The reason I'm talking to you tonight, Mr. Pillman, is to give you fair warning. Tell your son, if he shows up in that awful town known as Queens, that I am going to massacre him. Because these people can chant your shared last name all they want. Pillman, Pillman, Pillman. They can chant as long as they want, because at the end of the day, it's gonna be oh too obvious that I'm better than you.
So Pillman grabs the chair. Oh, Pillman comes out, which I had to cut the sound. I forgot to unmute my mic though. But comes out. Willow, of course, gets sent off to try and intercept him. He comes in with the chair, attacks, goes after MJF. Willow, of course, comes in and takes the chair, throws it down. Pillman goes over, slaps him in the fucking face. Of course, Willow gets pissed off and he has to smile like, "I'm gonna fuck you up, dude." Low bridge from Pillman to the outside, grabs the chair, swings at him, he runs away, and that ends that segment. And then we get some words between JR and Brian Pillman Jr. in the back for earlier in the day. Get those up too for you guys.
I remember it almost like it was yesterday, 28 years ago. My phone rings in Atlanta, and it was your dad. He said, "Hey, Jim, guess what? I got a son. He's going to be little Brian." And when we were in Cincinnati last week, I left that arena with a horrible feeling because I was embarrassed for you, and I was really embarrassed for your dad. You were humiliated, and you got a chance to redeem yourself. And I'm just telling you, for the family's sake, we need to see MJF get his ass whipped. Is that what you're planning on doing at the Arthur Ashe Stadium? Whooping somebody's ass? Because that's what it's going to take.
Jim, you know my family history probably better than anybody in this world. And you know how important it is to me to fulfill my father's legacy and to make him proud. And last week in my hometown of Cincinnati, I really feel like I let him down. And MJF, while you were waking up every morning in Egyptian cotton being fed out of a silver spoon, I was fighting for my life. The people know my story, and they know what I come from. Max, we are not the same. You're gonna find out that you have never been in a ring with somebody like me. I might be cleaned up, I might be well put together, I finished college and I got through it, but where I come from, my upbringing was feral. You don't know what I've lost, you don't know the adversity that I've been through. And on September 22nd at Arthur Ashe Stadium, you're not just stepping in the ring with any man, you're stepping in the ring with a Pillman.
So that was a hell of a promo by Brian Pillman, in my opinion. That was a really good promo. So, as we know, Adam Cole put out a challenge to the Jurassic Express and Christian Cage, and now we're going to have ourselves a rebuttal from those guys here in a second.
Christian Cage and the Jurassic Express and the
You know, Marvez, there's been a lot of fuss about Adam Cole and the Elite. And I don't really get it. Because quite frankly, Adam, I have better friends than you do. I certainly have better hair than you do. And when it comes to who's better in the...
You know, JB, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I'm just thinking here. I don't know, Adam does have pretty good friends, you know what I mean? Yeah, the super elite that use their EVP status to throw him a lifeline and drag his sorry ass out of developmental. Here's the thing, Adam. We accept your challenge. And you know what? Since you're already used to losing Wednesday Night Wars, you better add Friday nights to that list as well.
See you at the GrandSlam, baby.
So that is made official. Adam Cole and the Elite versus Jurassic Express and Christian Cage. I just love that line of these guys using their Elites, their EVP status to throw him a line to pull him out of the developmental. And just the look of Marco Stunt, who just has to cover his face so he doesn't get caught laughing on camera. That was funny as shit. So next up, we had FTR with Tully Blanchard versus Dante Martin and Matt Sydal. I don't know why it's not Matt and Mike Sydal. We still haven't seen Darius Martin in months, almost a full year. He's been out injured. I guess he was back for one night as a cornerman for his brother, but we haven't seen him since then. So I don't know what the hell is happening with Darius Martin. But obviously, the FTR was going to win this match. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. But it was a really good match here. Dante Martin showing off his high-flying skills, trying to get out of everything. Martin with a blind tag, huge springboard dropkick on FTR, flurry of kicks and drop kicks on FTR. Wheeler sneaks in for a pin in the for the tights for two. Martin with a pin for two, both struggling for position now as Hardwood tags in. Martin vaults off Dax's chest, sunset flip back, but blocked with Wheeler's help. Double pin attempt for two. Martin tries for his agility and avoid the guys, but ends up taking the big rig for the 1, 2, 3. And FTR is your winner. Pretty good match here. FTR just climbing those ranks. Eventually, they won a tag team title opportunity. And honestly, the Lucha Bros versus FTR would be one hell of a match. Santana and Ortiz. I want Santana and Ortiz versus the Lucha Bros. GrandSlam would have been the perfect spot. But hey, we have to wait and wait. That could be the Full Gear match. Commentary, CM Punk brings up the Suzuki incident, as last week, as we know, Suzuki comes out, he's a wrestling pioneer, MMA pioneer, and he felt disrespected by having his music cut off last week. The wrestling fandom went on mute on Twitter and social media, and it was trending over the weekend, the Suzuki incident. You would have people put up quotes of wrestlers saying how bad things are, and they would say something that would sound like Cody would say, or John Moxley would say, or somebody else would say. And yeah, it was kind of funny seeing this whole Suzuki incident thing get pretty much having a life of its own, and then for them to bring it up right on the show tonight was awesome. It led into the promo for the Suzuki Goon, who make the challenge for Eddie Kingston and John Moxley for next week. That is going to be a match we are going to see this week coming up. GrandSlam is going to be, next week is going to be fucking crazy. Out comes, surprisingly, Malachi Black. He comes to the ring. He says, members of the House of Black, stand up as we have a member of the enemy in our midst. The camera zooms over, and there's Rosario Dawson, actress and judge on The Go Big Show. Wearing a Nightmare Family jacket, she comes to ringside. She stands face to face to Black. Cody is seen making his way to the down from the crowd, and Black turns his back to Rosario Dawson. She actually jumps him to give Cody a chance to come in and brawl. These two fight all over the fucking crowd. And we go to commercial break with these guys beating the hell out of each other. So that was a teaser for next week's match, which Cody should not win. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Just saying. The Bunny vs. Anna Jay has been named for a Rampage on Friday. Backstage, Alex Marvez talks with Jay about her Rampage debut. Evil Uno goes on to say something. The disgruntled Alex Shannon shows up and group starts fighting. Anna says if they can't get it together, that she doesn't want them for her match next on Rampage. She and Tay walk away, and the splintering of the Dark Order continues, and who knows where this is going to lead. A lot of people expect it to be leading to Wyndham Rotundo coming in and becoming the new leader and unifying everybody. I don't want to see that. Nobody should want to see that. Moving on. Hey, look, it's time to waste more time as Dan Lambert comes in to yell like an old man screaming, "Get off my lawn! You're not supposed to be here! Get off my lawn!" And he has the Men of the Year, Paige Van Zandt, Juno Dos Santos, Andre Arlovsky, Kyla H., and I don't give a shit who any of these people are. He talks more shit. Out comes Jericho and Jake Hager, which they... So, Jericho comes out with his music playing. Lambert tells them to shut the music off because none of these people know what they're singing. They're looking up on their phones. So, everyone decides to continue to sing Judas while he sits there and sees in the ring. This all leads to them making a match for the Men of the Year, which I believe is happening next week. Oh, no. I believe it's happening on Friday. No, it is next week. Next week on Rampage is going to be the match. The Men of the Year versus Hager and Chris Jericho. You know what's crazy, and I've noticed this, since the Pinnacle became a group in AEW, we haven't seen much of a group thing with the Inner Circle that much. It's like they're off doing their own thing. They're not really a big group, except for like when they had Blood and Guts, Stadium Stampede, or when Jericho beat MJF at All Out. It's mostly just been, they've been splintered. Same thing with the Pinnacle. The Pinnacle's almost never seen together. So how are they still a group? I don't know. Leila Hersh versus Jade Cargill. This match can be summed up in one thing. Leila Hersh outclassed Jade Cargill from start to finish and exposed Jade Cargill needing to get out of the ring and go back to training for at least another year. She is not ready for whatever they're trying to push her for. Unfortunately, even though she's in her hometown, her adoptive hometown, Jade Cargill beats Leila Hersh with the Jaded. I don't know why you had that woman win this match. This could have been a perfect time to have Jade Cargill win, but whatever. Andrade Alilo explains why he got rid of Chavo last week. He did not give the order for his assistants to interrupt his match. He goes to look like he's going to beat up Jose, and he says, "What the hell happened? What happened?" Jose's like, "Chavo told me." He's like, "Chavo told you?" He's not the boss. I am the boss. I am the kingpin. So, Andrade is done with Chavo, and that is that. So Punk is out there on commentary. Taz comes up. Punk says, "I didn't know they let trolls cross the bridge." And now Taz is like, "You trying to take my job now?" Taz comes up, and Hook is there too. Punk gets up in his chair. He backs them two up. Powerhouse Hobbs from behind attacks him, and Hook gets to choke out CM Punk. So you know that match is going to be coming soon. What a hell of a debut match that's going to be for Punk, for Hook, taking on CM Punk in a losing effort as it should be, but a hell of a way to have him start his days on wrestling in the AEW. So then Hook tells the announcers to get the hell out of the way, move, get out of here. And Powerhouse Hobbs puts him through the table to end the segment. That is it for him. It was a good beatdown for Hook and Powerhouse Hobbs and them. Almost nobody ever goes through that table, which is smart. It's like WWE putting people through the announce table was done to fucking death because it's right there. But yeah, so far that was a hell of a thing, and it's going to lead to next Friday, not this Friday, Rampage GrandSlam, September 24th, CM Punk versus Powerhouse Hobbs. CM Punk's first match on TV in 7.5 years. He will be on Wednesday's show next week, having an interview segment before his first match in 7.5 years on TV. Should be fucking awesome. Shawn Spears versus Darby Allin. This was, of course, for whatever reason, Paulie Blanchard wanted a match between Shawn Spears and Darby Allin. They got that match. It was a decent match. Shawn Spears did come out, grab a black towel, took a bottle, dripped it all over it, took it in the ring, and wiped the face paint off of Darby Allin. That bastard. But overall, you knew who was going to win this match. C4 attempt onto the stairs on the outside. Allin stops that, hits the Stun Dog Millionaire off the ropes. Shawn Spears falls back on the steps. Suicide dive by Allin, taking him over the steps. Throws him back in the ring. Coffin drop. 1, 2, 3. After the match, FTR's in the ring, and they start fighting with Sting and Darby Allin. Paulie Blanchard gets in there with a chair, attacks Sting. FTR beats up on Sting. FTR then beats up on Darby as Sting's down. And then they hit a fucking spike power driver on to Sting. In 2021, Sting is taking a spike power driver. Holy shit. If you would have told me in 2021 that Sting would be taking a spike fucking power driver, I would have told you you're fucking stupid. There's absolutely no goddamn way Sting's gonna take that. I would have laughed at you and said you're stupid, but no, here he is taking that spiked power driver. Did not see that coming, but yeah, it happened. Sting took a spike power driver, and that's going to lead to next week Darby Allin and Sting versus FTR. I don't know how you don't have FTR win this match. I don't. It's going to be... I don't know. I don't know how you don't have... you want to have FTR be built up as a big deal. You're going to have them beat. But you don't want to also have Darby Allin lose that often. And comes the big one. The match being made that we have all been waiting for. And a match that does not need the title and will not have the title, as Bryan Danielson is out here to address Kenny Omega.
You're right, the American Dragon is back, and he is in AEW. We've all heard what you said about Kenny Omega and the Elite, and I know fans would love a chance for you to get in the ring with Kenny Omega.
What do you think? Oh, God. the ice water enema, Don
I
Callis.
think we've all heard just about enough from you, Brian. I've been listening to it all week. Oh my God, it's sickening actually. The hippie millionaire, there he is. Everyone's hero, right? I've listened to this all week. What a sanctimonious son of a bitch you are. It must, oh, it was so hard for you to make this big decision. Must have been terrible to sign a big contract and come to the #1 wrestling promotion in the world that was built on the back of Kenny Omega. But wait, there's more. The piece de resistance was, you made this final decision to come here thinking of what was best for the entire wrestling business and everyone in it. And people call me a carny piece of shit. But I take it back, because Kenny corrected me. He said, no, I know this guy a little bit. That's really how Brian thinks. So in that case, if that's really how you think, I guess I was wrong. You're not a carny piece of shit. Because if you think like that, then you're just a mark like all of these people. And by the way, who do you think you are coming in here dictating who gets title matches? We run this place. He's a world champion.
I'm here to talk to Kenny Omega. You know, someday this will be about the title. But right now, it's just about who's better. Let's give the people what they want. Kenny Omega versus Bryan Danielson. What do you say?
We say no way. There's no. Not a chance.
Shut up, you piece of shit. I came here to talk to Kenny Omega. But maybe I shouldn't have. Maybe I shouldn't have, because I came to AEW to fight the best bout machine. I came here to fight the god of professional wrestling. But since I've been here, all I've seen is a guy who hangs out with a bunch of goofy stooges. Who lets this piece of shit talk for him. You know, oh. You know, I heard the rumors that maybe you've lost your confidence, that maybe you've lost a step, but I don't think that's true. I just think you've lost your balls.
Wow.
So what do you say? Yes or no?
So you say you want the best bout machine? You say you want the god of pro wrestling? My answer is yes!
Oh, man. That did not make Callis happy.
What a dream match.
Bryan Danielson, Kenny Omega, 1-on-1.
Wow.
And that is going to be next week. We will talk about the Wednesday night card after I'm done with the main event, because the main event's not much. I'll worry about Rampage next week when we get the full card, because right now there's only 3 matches and it's going to be a 2-hour show. So there's definitely going to be way more for Rampage. We'll find out next week. So we'll get to that and my thoughts on Kenny Omega and Bryan Danielson here in a minute when we get to the show. But that is going to be next week. Jon Moxley, Eddie Kingston versus 2.0. This match was meh. It was Jon Moxley and Eddie Kingston beating up on 2.0, but the match isn't what matters. It's what happened after, because there was still 4 minutes left when this match ended, because Eddie Kingston, they win by beating up on, they decapitated Jeff Parker with their lariat, the lariat suplex combo. Minoru Suzuki comes out, he gets his full entrance, even the music plays all the way through, so fans get to cheer with the sing with him. He's hyping it up and everything. And then Lance Archer pulls Eddie Kingston out of the ring, so these two go brawling again. You can see the stable, the bruise above Suzuki's left eye, or right eye, because of the busted up match he had last week. And these guys just brawl all over the arena. So the show ends with those guys brawling into the crowd, and we went about a minute over because these guys just beat the living shit out of each other. But that was AEW on TNT. Let's talk about GrandSlam Night 1, as we will talk about that. As Brian Pillman Jr. takes on MJF, yes, we're going to do predictions right here. MJF, of course, is winning, no problem right there. Brian Pillman will probably get some shine. But in the end, it's probably going to be a diamond ring to the face with Wardlow distracting. Brian Pillman Jr. will get beat by MJF. Malachi Black versus Cody Rhodes. This match is going to be a rematch from the August 3rd, I think it was, match. Malachi needs to win. I don't want to hear this. Oh, well, it should be. No. This isn't Brody Lee versus Cody in a dog collar match. This is Malachi Black needs to have the momentum, and Cody needs to start putting young talent over. Malachi Black needs to win. Darby Allin and Sting versus FTR. I don't know how you do this without FTR looking bad. I think FTR needs to win. Sting could take a pinfall. I really think Sting could take a big pinfall, so that one. We have a women's title match, Ruby Soho versus the Faker. Ruby Soho will not win, of course not, because AEW's big match for the big money match for the women's championship for them is Thunder Rosa versus Britt Faker. That's the match. Suzuki Goon, Minoru Suzuki, and Lance Archer versus Jon Moxley and Eddie Kingston. This could be a big match with Suzuki Goon. It's like Minoru Suzuki being a freelancer. He could do whatever the fuck he wants. He could be around from now until Full Gear. We don't fucking know. So this could be something that goes on for a while. Lance Archer really could use a win. Lance Archer and Minoru Suzuki really could use a win. And then we could build this to another match going into Full Gear with these 4 guys again. Who knows what they're going to do, but I think that Eddie Kingston and Jon Moxley will lose to Suzuki and Lance Archer, with Lance Archer pinning Eddie Kingston while Suzuki and Jon Moxley are beating the fuck out of each other. I'm not going to predict these other matches yet. The Super Click with the Young Bucks and Adam Cole versus Christian Cage and Jurassic Express. The Inner Circle is Jericho and Hager versus Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page. And CM Punk versus Powerhouse Hobbs. I will do that next Wednesday after the first half of GrandSlam is done. But then we have Kenny Omega versus Bryan Danielson. 6 matches, and I don't think they're going to have enough time, man. Kenny Omega and Bryan Danielson could be a 20-minute match itself, even a half an hour if they wanted it to be. The fact that you have 6 matches, I honestly think one of these matches should be bumped to Rampage, because you have 3 matches on Rampage and 6 matches on Wednesday night next week. Honestly, Sting and Darby Allin versus FTR could be bumped to Friday, and I don't think anybody would be mad. Brian Pillman versus MJF and all those other ones will be fine. But you should knock one of these matches down and have 4 on Rampage and 5 on Wednesday, and then get another match on Wednesday for Rampage. But Bryan Danielson, Kenny Omega, it is not for the title, nor should it be. Everyone's like, oh, Bryan Danielson should get a championship match because he's Bryan. I don't give a shit. No, that's not how this works. This is Bryan Danielson's first match. How do you get out of this one, though? Because having it be the stream match, Bryan Danielson going to lose his first match, or is Kenny Omega going to lose his first singles match, not being in a championship match, like his first non-title match in forever? This one's a coin flip for sure, but it's going to be a hell of a match, and it's not going to be the last time these two have a match against each other. Honestly, if it wasn't for GrandSlam happening on the 22nd, next Wednesday, this match you could have held off till Full Gear, or even Revolution next year, after Kenny Omega drops that championship to Adam Hangman Page. So I'm going to say Bryan Danielson wins, but it's not going to be, there's going to be some chicanery. So for Wednesday night next week, I get MJF, Malachi Black, FTR, the women's champion, Bryan Danielson somehow, and Suzuki-gun winning their matches. That is your AEW on TNT review and GrandSlam Night 1 preview and predictions. Hit that subscribe button, comment down below, like or dislike this video. Find me on Minds at the Frost Club. Find me on twitch.tv/thefrostclub. Find me on Instagram, the Frost Club, and I'll see you guys on Friday for SmackDown and Rampage. Until then, my name is the Frost, and I'll see you guys later.